Hello everyone, welcome back to my first video about Roblox, and today we're going to actually suggest a really good game called Navy Simulator, which you can always see here, 229 people playing. So let's just join one of the biggest servers inside and let's see what we'll get into. And I just forgot to say that by playing this game you're actually supposed to join two teams, including Navy, the Sea Navy, or the Pirate team. So in order to actually join the Sea Navy team, you'll actually need to join this group here, https groups 2648601. So you have to copy that into your browser or just type it and then join the group in order to actually join the Sea team. In order to be a pirate team, it's okay, you can just join if you're even a noob, if you're not in the group. So let's just hop in one of the biggest servers right now. Yep, this one's pretty good, and this game is really realistic, so it'll have a pretty long time loading, depends on your Wi-Fi actually, because it's a really realistic and good game, not depending on like your graphics. And by playing this game, I do suggest in settings to get your graphics quality to full, because this actually does count as like your visibility of enemies. So with this game, make sure to get the quality to the full, because with the full quality you can actually see enemies really far apart. But if you don't have a really good graphic thingy, like the graphic card, I don't really suggest you putting it because it will lag really badly. So you might as well wanna make it the full, but this game you can't. Yes, you can actually, sorry. And you want the settings here to be high, or like the biggest, like the best, and you want the settings here to be the highest as well. Alright, so after all of these settings, you can see this game is extremely realistic by all of these. And people actually do roleplay, but in this server it doesn't look like they don't. And so with joining the group, you can actually assess the Pirates team, which has the same ships as the Sea team, but they don't have many missions as Sea do. So I'm gonna show you what wait, is that just a Sea ship? Never mind guys, I'm just actually gonna show you what ships the Sea and Pirates have, so you can actually think of them as the same, because they both are the same actually. And yeah, I just got killed, RDM'd, I do not know why, and it's a mess in this server. But there's actually really good servers you can actually RP in, and actually the server game is actually pretty good. But a good game doesn't matter, because you actually will need like a pretty good, a really good player thing, like good players that know actually how to roleplay. So we're actually gonna try and show you, if we can, how to buy a ship and where the what ships there are. So you're just gonna destroy this really quick. So the game just literally works like this: you shoot cannons and enemy ships, and yeah, and you want to destroy the ships and sink them if you actually can. If you can't, you might get destroyed by them, which is not fun, believe me. So yeah, we're actually just gonna destroy this first. And a really fun fact about this is like the top 100 cannons that are like somewhere here in the spawns, both in Sea and in the Pirate team, is the most powerful cannons in the whole game. So basically it does a huge explosion once it touches surface. So I really do suggest you use them once there is someone or like an enemy ship real close to your island. So yeah, now we're gonna actually show you what ships you have, and maybe even submarines, I don't know. So for the first one, the gunboat. The gunboat is pretty much a normal boat with just super easy to break holes. They are actually made of rubber in real life also. They can even be literally damaged by a 50 cal turret like this on the ship. So the only armament here is the door 50 cal M2 HB, and this is a pretty good fast mode thingy to like go to somewhere quickly, but this doesn't actually do anything if you're against like a destroyer or even a corvette hit. So it's actually really good for useful in large numbers and for raids if you can, but it can't take a much small armed fire without sparking a leak. As I said, it's made out of rubber, so it's pretty normal, I would guess. But with that weak armor, it goes zoom like really fast. At full speed, the boat raises up out of the water far enough to protect the crew inside from enemies directly ahead. That's really amazing, right? Yes, but the gunboat has little armament, a really bad armor. So we're gonna move on with the next one. The landing crafting is a really cheap and easy way to transport multiple members instead of a gunboat, and I'll talk to you why this is good. So it is actually vulnerable to other ships and to aircraft due to its open top. See, there's no roof here, just like the gunboat. But it's good to transport visitors from the sea island. So at the sea island, you actually aim to get visitors from the visitors islands to like transport them using the landing craft, gunboat, patrol speedboat, whatever you have, or a cheap one to the sea island. And with that transporter job, you can actually select, I'll show you later at the sea team, you can actually select that job, and every time you transport one visitor or prisoner, you actually get 200 in-game cash. And as you can see, I'm really poor right now, like only 1,700, but people like pros of 2.5 M, like I'm really noob. This is a cheap thing, light vehicle used for transport. And you guys, if you don't know what ship you're gonna use, you can actually like see my video again, or actually just read this, because like it's a pretty full like easy to understand kind of description. So as you can see, the armament is none. This is to prevent visitors from shooting you, because as a gunboat and a landing craft, patrol speedboat and a gunboat, they can actually turn these turrets into you and then shoot you until you die. And with that, they can capture your ship and basically they can mess around. So that's not really good. So the landing craft, I would say, is the best transport vehicle, but its errors are it's not really good against heavily armored ships, even light ones, and it's not good to aircrafts because if they attack from the up and to the down, you don't have a roof. The patrol speedo is the fastest boat inside of the game, and it has sirens on the roof, but this thing requires the police chief game pass, where you can buy by clicking this shop thing and clicking this police chief and buying it. So with this thing, you can buy the patrol speedboat. Its max speed is around 83 miles per hour, which is it's actually 2 times quicker than a destroyer. So this is a really good boat, but it's just one error is that it has little armament. And not gonna lie to you, it actually has great armor, but not as better as the Corvette, of course. But it's actually a pretty decent kind of medium armored ship that I would say you could actually use for patrols and speed missions, because it's really fast. The Corvette is just really a super light ship. Really, it does nothing, just like it can't really destroy enemy ships that are like can't even destroy the torpedo boat, really. So it's just a ship for anti-air, anti-sub, and that's it. I don't really suggest you buying unless there's like torpedoes flying in the air like everywhere. You might as well use this because there are depth charges or splashes at the back, which is really useful. Submarines. The torpedo boat is like really the same with the Corvette, but it's just like it also has anti-sub, like you can see the 2 depth charge racks behind there, and these 2 torpedoes at the sides of the ship, you can actually like shoot it towards the enemy. So I'm gonna just show you real quick of the torpedo ship. So as you can see, with this torpedo ship, and you can actually shoot them by putting your mouse somewhere over the two buttons. So the fire left torpedo, or actually fire this one, fire right one, or fire this one. So don't make sure to not like drop it real close to the ship, or it will actually break and not explode. So there's a destroyer ahead, we'll show you about this, but I'm not actually really good at the game, so we might just not make it, we don't know. So there we go, we have our first torpedo and our second one, which the first one I did miss, actually not, and like this, you see, and we kind of just destroyed them. But a really bad thing about the torpedo ship is like, its armor is so actually weak. So what I mean by that is like one shot from that destroyer using the 3-inch cannon can make a hull breach in your ship, which is not really good. So a torpedo ship may be really bad and hard to deal with if you don't have proper skill, because torpedoes are really bad. But it's at least better than a submarine, I guess, because submarines deal massive damage and you can't really deal with them if you don't have really much experience. As you can see, we just dropped another torpedo, which is a guaranteed hit, and we're going to drop this one again. And pretty much of 4 torpedoes on the destroyer, it's pretty actually destroyed. So now actually just going up. As you can see, actually there's a submarine right ahead. We're actually gonna just destroy them real fast, alright? Yeah. So as you can see, the anti-sub weapons on the ship is also like real good. And as you can see, I just used my death charges to hit some bad shots on the submarine right now. And whether is anyone sitting on an anti-submarine seat here, you can actually like drop these death charges and attack submarine, the corvette one and torpedo boat. So the cutter is actually a really good ship for like escort type, but it's not really good against torpedo ships. Yes, torpedo ship is not better and it's cheaper, but it can't really destroy it because it doesn't have a lot of good fighting guns. It only has a light gun like the 40mm L60. There's like 4-door 50 cal, which is also on the gunboats, and there's 2 quad 20mm turrets, which is the best for anti-air. And this thing is actually just for anti-air, and that's it, because it doesn't really have any anti-submarines. It doesn't have death charges, so the only thing is for escort and planes. For the submarine, you will need the submarine sub-license exclusive, which is also be found in here, where you can see here with the submarine license. Once you buy it, you'll get access to buy the submarine and use it. The submarine is pretty good, but with extremely weak armor. The corvette has the L60 gun here at the front, which has super bad penetrated power against heavy ships, but with a few shots it can make the submarine sink and break its armor. But it is pretty good because it has 6 torpedoes and is good for surprise attacks. And it's a total nightmare on an enemy, like a big fleet of enemies. So I do suggest you buying this over the planes. The frigate is pretty good. It has actually 2 3-inch navy guns, which I think there's only one here. I don't know where's the other one, but it's pretty good at everything. There's anti-sub, anti-air, and a heavy ship and a heavy ship destroyer cannon over here. It's pretty good, but just like there's like the bows of the ship are actually the anti-air guns can't reach, so that's a really bad point. The destroyer is what we just tried to destroy and did destroy the torpedo boat. We have 3 naval guns, and we have 1 anti-air gun here, 2 smoke vessels, and I think, yeah, and sonar and depth charges. So we have sonar at the cockpit here and depth charges here. It's pretty good for anti-air and sonar, but it's really nimble and it's really hard to control, especially the cruiser as well. So speaking of the cruiser, we'll actually move on to the cruiser. The cruiser is the largest ship class available here, and it has 5 dual 3 times 5 double turrets and 6 3 turrets, which is the Alexa turret here. It's a really big boat, super hard to actually turn. For this boat, you actually need a lot of crew to defend it because you can't really dodge torpedoes with this ship. So we need probably an escort like torpedo boat or any boat that can actually destroy submarines and anti-air, anti-submarines to actually like just follow it, because it's just pretty good to anti-air and ship destroying, especially ship destroying. It can destroy ships in a matter of seconds of all of these cannons used goodly by professional crew. So moving on with all of the ships done, we'll actually hop into the C team and look at what they got there. So before we actually explain to you the C team, as you see, I said before, there are a lot of jobs, and for the transporter job, I suggest you use a landing craft. And as I said, you get 200 cash every person you transport with this job. So as we don't really need cash, we're just gonna use the police chief job, which actually needs a game pass. So for this job, you actually need a game pass, and you will receive the chief menu, which is really useful. So what you can do with this is you can outlaw people. So basically what you mean by outlawing is like you basically just outlaw this person and then you arrest them. So we're just gonna pick a random noob and outlaw them. Sorry, I'm really sorry for outlawing you just randomly, bro, but we have to do this. So what we do, so we're gonna, if you want to outlaw someone, you have to find them on here. So in this case, we're gonna outlaw this guy called Gan, and we're gonna find him on our chief menu. And once you find him right here, that's him, you press the outlaw, and then that makes him wanted. So after you outlawed him, you just use the arrest thing and arrest him. So for the arrest, you either buy this arrest thing, you either need to buy the police chief game pass or the military police game pass, which the military police game pass gives you a special access to a free MP5, which is a pretty good gun, I would say, decently. And as for the pirates team and the sea team, without buying all of these guns that I didn't buy, that I bought later, you actually only have a Beretta 49, this bad pistol that you can use. And I'm just gonna destroy this person real quick. And yes, with this thing, we've got special guns that you actually want to use. You have to go to the guns place, and these are pretty good like guns, but in order to rent them, you need 750 cash. So by renting them, it actually means that when you die, it's gone. When you buy it, there forever. And that's what I literally did with these three, the AK, M1, and the MP. So I have them even if I die. And people just really like to, you know, for roleplay these days. I mean, really. But yeah, and that's it, bro. So with the C team fully explained, and the pirates team, that's really it of the sea idols. So yeah, and just two more facts actually. So as you get a good rank, so this rank you can see is a really high rank, you can get the base commander thing, which is better than my police chief or this warrant officer rank. So what you can do is actually just exile people instead of actually using the police chief menu, outlaw them and then arrest them, because there's a chance that the suspect you want to arrest and outlaw isn't even near at your location. So what you want to do now, exile people, you actually can just teleport them to the pirates team, and they can't join the C team in this server forever. Well, they can of course join back if they go into another server or anything, but for the time they stay in this server or rejoin, they can't really change teams to C. And if you exiled, you can actually request a pardon, which will get the base commander to see your pardon, and if he agrees, you get remove your exile status and you can join back to the sea again. If it doesn't, your only way is to rejoin the server or just start a rebellion, which will teleport to you a cruiser and will ask random players to join it, and if you kill the commander, the rebellions have won the rebels, the base commander resigns, and all of the rebels that are banned or exiled from the C team gains access again. So that's really what the thing does. And a really matter of fact that I want to tell you is that the Discord is actually a really good way to get you promoted by joining divisions. And yeah, by joining Discord, and I've put the link below, you can actually participate in division events, which will actually get you promoted to higher ranks, like this basic commander dudes over here and that dude right there. So I do really suggest you to join the Discord server or the C team, which is actually below in the description, so you can get like better news and stuff like that. And as you can see, all of the ships are the same. So yeah, that's really it actually with the Navy sim. If you want to see me fly planes, actually I'll do that just for fun. So we're gonna go airfield transport, and I'm not really good at planes at all. But do remember, these planes need game passes, the pilot's game pass to actually buy and drive them. So it's really important. And play controls are just WS for throttle and use your mouse for steering. Just click on the screen for fire, and that's it really. So I never fly a plane before actually in the game, because I don't really play this game too much now, but I feel like this is a fun game, so I would actually return to playing it right now, and that's why I made the video actually. So planes can actually make attacks on ships, but the greatest enemy is the cutter. As I said, they have huge guns for you to be taken down and stuff like that. So, an anti-air guns are also at the airfield, so you have to be really careful of flying planes, because you might have a chance of dying so badly, bro. So everyone, thanks for watching the video now. Hope you had a fun time watching this, and we hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye. So make sure to subscribe, or a spider will cry into your bed at bedtime and you'll die.